Hello, let's play a bunch of New York Times games, but first we reveal our dad joke of the day and this day in history. So, for Saturday, April 25th, when a clock is hungry, it goes back for seconds. Okay, I feel like that needed to be workshopped a bit more. Now, I don't have a dad joke for tomorrow, so if you would like to comment a dad joke and you are a member, I may pick it to be featured tomorrow. What will help being you can help me pick one by upvoting the ones you enjoy. All right. And what do you think happened on April 25th, 1990? I wonder what the cutoff date for history is in this calendar. I think we've had some in the 2010s, maybe. Okay, anyway. On April 25th, 1990, NASA places Hubble telescope into orbit. On April 25th, 1990, the crew of the U.S. space shuttle Discovery placed the Hubble Space Telescope, a long-term space-based observatory, into a low orbit around Earth. The Space Telescope, conceived in the 1940s, designed in the 1970s, and built in the 1980s, was created to give astronomers an unparalleled view of the universe. Initially, Hubble's operators suffered a setback when they discovered a lens aberration, but a repair mission in December 1993 successfully fixed the problem. Yeah, that repair was essential. It was getting blurry photos, really unfortunate. All right, but since then we've been getting very nice photos from Hubble telescope. Okay, well, I'd like to thank the following people. Thank you to Daniel Vasiliou, Daniel V, I'll say. Thank you for Thank you for becoming a new member. If you haven't already, make sure you go to the Wheel website and set up your entries. I'd also like to thank the following people for starting a new month. Thank you to Choneswow, Chris Brower, and Unruly Sphinx. All right, well, let's start with connections. We're finding 4 groups of 4. We've got haystack, pitchfork, copper, ocean, cast iron, enamel, hurly-burly, nail, dick, Chuck E. Cheese, hair, crowd, gumshoe, skin, million, and flatfoot. They've used gumshoe in these puzzles enough that I believe it's a detective. I think I remember that gumshoe was a detective. We'll see. Haystack makes me think of needle in a haystack. I don't know if that's like anything, but a dick and a gumshoe can both be a investigator, a PI, and but what else would mean that? I'm not seeing it. Flatfoot. I wonder if we're just using flat or foot, part of that for purple. We've got Chuck E. Cheese, which is a restaurant chain for children that serves mediocre pizza and has a bunch of arcade games. And like playpens and stuff, whatever. And like weird animatronic shows and stuff. And a guy who walks around dressed as a mouse. Anyway, Chuck E. Cheese. It ends in cheese. What are we doing with that? Related to mice in some way? Like Chuck E. Cheese is the mouse. Or is he a rat? I'm pretty sure he's a mouse. Hurly burly, I'm not sure what that is, which might be a problem. Nail. Cast iron. Skin? Just skin and hair and nail? An enamel? Like I'm thinking like something to do with the human body, like materials or like found out on the outside of the human body. I wonder. Or I mean, I was thinking before I added enamel, I was thinking it could be human detritus, like most like stuff you'd find around where humans live that just casts off from the body. That's detritus. I am gonna try this though. All right, it was correct. Body coverings. There you go. So I was kind of right in a way. So that was yellow. Copper and cast iron could be like materials for pans or something like that. Pitchfork starts with pitch. Flatfoot starts with flat. I'm wondering if that's like music related. Like you're pitchy, you're flat, like notes. Haystack starts with hay. Yeah, I'm not sure. I mean, gumshoe ends in shoe and flatfoot ends in foot. So like a foot and a shoe. I don't know. Dick. Million. I don't know what to do with a million. So something I'm thinking about is like needle in a haystack, one in a million, like just something that's rare. Like a crowd. You can get lost in the things you can get lost in, like the ocean, a crowd, a million, haystack. I don't even know if million's right, but I'm gonna try it. Things you can get lost in. Masses and idioms. Okay, yeah. So I was kind of on the right track there. Basically said it. Dick. So now we're down to blue and purple. I'm really thinking that purple is going to be using these like compound words here, but we're just going to pick them apart. Either use gum or shoe. I don't know what hurly burly is. That an instrument? I don't even know. We have pitch and fork. Like we have a lot of valid words we can use. Pitch and fork, flat and foot, cast and iron, cop and purr, dit and chuck e cheese. Well, okay, so you can chuck something. Chuck is a word for throw. You can cast it, that's throw. You can pitch it, that's throw. And you can hurl, that means to throw. Okay, I did not need to know what hurly burly was. Starting with synonyms for throw. Gumshoe, dick, copper, and flatfoot. Could they all be slang for PI? I don't know, but we'll see. Old timey slang for law enforcement. Okay. Yeah, I knew copper was slang for a cop, but I didn't think gumshoe was. I mean, maybe like specifically an investigator cop. Flatfoot, I haven't heard for that. Dick. I did mention Dick as an investigator, but I thought a Dick was a private investigator, not a police law enforcement investigator. But anyway, maybe they're using that law enforcement term in a more generic way than I'm thinking, or maybe I'm wrong about what the slang means. Okay, let's see what difficulty they gave it. These nails aren't very happy about being hammered. 2.3, their favorite rating. Oh, there's a learn more about. Is this new? Learn more about the. Our testers rate. They are paid to solve each puzzle in advance. Okay. They have 20 testers. Not necessarily solving experts. Some are puzzle makers. Some are puzzle civilians, no close tie to the puzzle community. Some are personally acquainted with one of the game editors. Some have solved times puzzles before, some have not. Yeah. All right. I'm not going to just read this whole thing to you, but is there any juicy info in here? Jackson Freeze tests the mini and Wordle. Testing process is simple. Sends a week's worth of games to the testers, along with an online feedback form for each game they're testing. Responses are due 4 or 5 days later. The games that the testers receive are scheduled to be published 3 or 4 weeks in the future. Spot errors, evaluate difficulty levels. They answer questions about how the puzzle made them feel and whether they uncovered anything insensitive while playing, like racial slurs or questionably timed entries. The puzzle about lisps felt like punching down or ableist. Um, all right. If a clue uses wordplay, it goes completely over the head of three testers. That's usually reason to change. Okay. A little bit of info there. That was interesting. I thought it was fewer than 20, so um let's look at the bot. See how people did today. With 20 testers, I don't know. I feel like their sample isn't representative of the people who play, because oftentimes the testers give a rating that's wildly different than what ends up happening with the bot. So I wonder if they're doing anything about that or if they don't care. 61% solve rate. That's lower than I thought it was going to be. Let's see where people struggled. It was probably blue purple. Actually, it wasn't. People are getting blue first and yellow first. They're not getting purple and green. Okay, so the whole idiom thing might be throwing people off. That does. I feel like green is actually surprisingly out of the box thinking for a green. So maybe that explains it. This is hard to interpret. Let's look at the details here. So 10% of people got only yellow, 8% got nothing. That's way higher than baseline. We've got 10% getting yellow green. So, and then 6% getting yellow blue. That doesn't really line up with people getting things. So the problem with the metric of what did people get first here, these percentages, are of people who won, ignoring initial mistakes. So if you won, this is kind of what you got first. But if you lost, you're getting yellow and green mostly. So that's kind of interesting. I haven't really seen a weird split like that before. A lot of green purple being kind of trying to be fished out here. Is this getting it correct but thinking hey meant to, or is there something else there? Oh, I wanted to look up hurly burly. Hurly burly is uproar, tumult. Okay. Nail, dick, hair, and skin. Really? Is that usage what I think it is? Because I don't think they do that in the puzzle. All right. Yellow first and blue first are fairly equivalent. It's very, very common. And then green first is 8%, purple first is 8%. Copper, cast iron, enamel, and nail. Maybe thinking materials. I'm not sure. All right. Well, how'd you do? Let's do pips for Saturday, April 25th. We'll do the easy, medium, then hard. Let's play. Okay, so we're going to need a double in there. That's going to be our double 3. I think it's got to go exactly there because otherwise we need more than one double. Now the 3-5 is going to go into the 4, and then the 3-1 goes in here with the 1-1 and the 1-6. Okay, so we have a double 1, and I think that's going to have to go there instead. That's tricksy. That it kind of worked that other way until we hit the less than 6. All right, let's do the medium. I did follow my own advice of following the strategy of putting the dominoes where they're supposed to go. I put them where they weren't supposed to go, and it didn't work. We have a lot of stuff that adds to 6. What do we want to do here? The only thing that's greater than 0 is doing is keeping the 0-3 out of it. This is 6 something. I'm going to guess that the reason I'm going to meta this a little bit and say they specifically excluded the 0-3 for a reason. So we're probably putting the 3. Well, I don't know what we're putting there, but let's put a 4 here, and let's put the 4-2 down, and then the 0-3 up here, and then the 3-4, and then the 2-2, and then the 1-1. Was that the only solution? I'm not sure. All right, let's play the hard. Ooh. Let's see what we can draw out here. Do we have a domino that adds to 10? 3, 8, 2, 6, 6, 10. It is a double, though. How many doubles do I have? I have 1, 1. Oh, let me use my straight line so it looks nicer. I have a 1, 1. I have a 4, 4. I have a 5, 5. That's it. Okay. There's definitely a double in here. In fact, does the double have to go a certain way? It's in this corner. It's either like this or it's like this. Now, okay, yeah. So I can't do this because then this domino is also a double. There's never two of the same domino. So we have to draw that, which forces that. And we can't go this way, so that goes that way and that goes down. Okay, so we at least have that there. And then this has to go left. Now I think there's some freedom here. Because this one can go up or left or down. This one could go up or left. Yeah. I guess the one question would be, can we add to 5 with just 2 dominoes? Like a 1, 1, 1, 2. What are my smallest dominoes? I have a 1, 1 and a 0, 2. They add to 2 each. I don't think I have a domino that adds to 3. Oh, no, I do. I have a 3, 0. So I could put like 2, 0 and 3, 0 in here, or 1, 1 and 3, 0. And that would add to 5. I think that would be required, though. This does not require a double. Well, actually, does this go around like this? It does. Okay. So I don't require a double in here. Just a domino that adds to 7. How many of those do we have? I mean, there's plenty of options, but so far no. 2, 6, 6, 4, 7, 7. So a 4, 3 or a 2, 5. Darn. I need a double here. I need a double here. What do I have 5 of that I have a double? So 1s, it looks like I only have 4 of them. 4s, I've got enough. 5s, I've got enough. Great. If it was 5s, I have a 5, 0 I have to use. And if it's 4s, I have a 4, 0 I have to use. That can't be 0 and that can't be 0. So this is going to be a 0, meaning this is a 0 something going into a double. That's it's probably the other one. Yeah. So like what I'm saying is the 0, 5 and the 0, 4 are used up like this, but could be swapped. But they are used in those two spots. And then the double 4 and the double 5 are used like this, or they're swapped. So now the question is, I mean, I've obviously can do these two. That's not a problem. A 0 and the 0 and a greater than 1. I've got a 4, 1 and a 4, 3. That would be fine for that. And I've got a 5, 1 and a 5, 2. That would match exactly. But these dominoes are used up. So the question is, what do I need over here? Which is, of course, a good question. So are we using the double one here? I'm not sure. What if I tried this? Oh, I don't have a 10 anymore. I used the 5, 5 over here. That's the key. So since I don't have a 10 anymore, I'm doing this, which was the more likely scenario anyway. But I don't know what this area is doing. But how are we going to add to 10 with what's left? We could use both 5s, the 5, 1 and the 5, 2. That's viable. We have a 6. We could do a 6, 4. That's also viable. And putting a blank into a 5 seems completely reasonable. Or a blank into here. Maybe, yeah. That could work too. What's our key deduction here? We have to add to 5 and 4 digits. I mean, the thing that I want to do is put the 0, 3 in here and just have a 1 here and a 1 here. I don't know if that's right. That may be the only way to do it. No, I could do like a actually. So this is going to have a 4, 5, or 6 on the other end of it, which is going to be a 1, or a 2, or a 0. So 0, 1, or 2. This is a 0, 1, or 2. That seems... Maybe if I just try this case and see if I'm able to do over here. Because I don't know what else to do here. So if I do the 4-1 here and the 4-3 here, I wonder if there's math I could do on this. It seems tough. But that would tell me whether this should be a 3 or a 2, if the math is exact enough. What's this going to be? So now I use the 4-3. So the 2-5 goes here. You know what? The 5-2 and the 4-3 are also swappable. So the only thing I've got to work through is whether this is 4-1 or 5-1. Everything else kind of just swaps around over here. That's useful. That's very useful. So I just need to know if I end up needing a 5-1 instead of a 4-1, we know what to do. But I'm thinking about, I don't know about that. I can't do 5-5 in here, so I'm going to do 6-4. Oh, I can't do 6-4 either. Okay, so I am going to need to swap those. So this is going to be a 5-1. The 4-4 and the 5-5 are going to swap. The 0-5 and the 0-4 are going to swap. And then the 5-2 and the 4-3 are going to swap. It was a pretty big hint that this was greater than 1 and not greater than 2, but you never know. So I think this is good now. And now I have 4-6 that I can use. So maybe we're going to do this so that we can do blank, blank, blank. Just like that. Okay. That was interesting. That, like, yeah, there were two options over here, but they used pretty much the same dominoes. That's really clever construction, actually. So it all came down to the fact that we had to be able to add to 10, and for all the required dominoes down here, that meant we were going to do 6-4 because we didn't have enough 5s left. Okay. Very cool. Well, how'd you do? Hello, let's do the mini and Midi crossword for Saturday, April 25th. Let's play. Mini is not so mini on Saturdays. Ruffle or Pringle is a chip. Still unscheduled abbreviation. TBD, to be determined, or TBA. I'm going to not put that last letter because I'm not sure which. I love you. I feel like it's going to be like amour. Something like that. I keep forgetting what French love is in French. I'm going to check these downs because I don't like that HM. Business with cappuccinos and cuddly kittens. A cat cafe. Dear, I'm home. Maybe it's honey. Oops. Honey, I'm home. Wait. I'm not sure, actually. Act like. What did I say? Impress in my head. What's the actual word? Not improvise. Oh my gosh. Okay, I'm gonna come back to it. The slash and it's per kilometers per hour. All right, let's just keep going on these acrosses. I'm not sure. Taylor's line. The hem. 11 plus 2 or 12 plus 1. 13. Okay. Roll away extra for a hotel room, maybe a cot. Unit of farmland. An acre. 11 plus 2 and 12 plus 1, for example. Huh. I'm not sure what they want here. Addition problem. Chinese. Oh, not Chinese. Where did that come from? Cheese found in Spanakopita. That's feta cheese. I love feta. Big tub. Like not a tin. I'm not sure. Emoji used to mean, ooh, interesting. Eyes. Messy, muddy home. A hut, maybe? Nah. A sty. Okay. Dear, I'm home. Hi, honey. Okay. Act like. Imitate. Cleveland NBA team to fans. The Cavs, I think. Cardboard coaster at a pub. A beer. Something. Legal immunity as granted through a pardon. Amnesty. So it was TBA. Pine, blank. Slugger, sticky stuff. Pine tar. Alternative to electric for a stove, a gas stove. Oh, those are anagrams. Interesting. I didn't even notice. Big tub is a vat. So what was this? A beer mat. Okay. Cool. Let's move on to the MIDI. It's called Shot in the Dark. Let's play. Wow, we got some green fuzzies connecting these circles. Astrological sign represented by a lion, Leo. Let's do the downs. Opposite of most, least. What's celebrated annually on April 22nd? Well, that was Earth Day. Animal that uses tools to break open clams, the otter. Let's grow from here. Pressure cooker output is steam. Drive-through window. Stern in manner. Austere. Is that how you spell austere? I hope so. Much appreciated to a texter. TYVM. Thank you very much. One trying to break into a 28 across. Well, what's a 28 across? Object, hopefully, protected by 22 across. A safe, what's 22 across? Security system depicted in this puzzle. That may thwart a 4 across. So this is a thief. Are these like laser lines or something? Laser grid, laser line. I don't know what to put there. Like the questions in 20 questions. Yes, no. Cinnamon bun feature. Very tasty. I don't know what we're going for there. Let's do the downs. Chop down. Hue? Is that hue? Maybe it's thank you so much, and we can do hue there. Cinnamon bun feature is sweet. Would you mind? Make mad. Origami steps, folds. Okay, it's not sweet. Swell? I don't know. Would you mind? Is it okay? Make mad. Enrage. Swirl. Okay, that makes sense. Sliver is tad. Pets who share 99% of their DNA with gray wolves. Dogs. Gloomy. Dark. I don't know. Bump set blank. Volleyball sequence. Shake. Strike. I want it to be strike, but obviously that doesn't fit. I don't know. Friends to an Australian. Mates. Laser something. Mideast title. Amar? Is it Amar? I'm going to look at the downs. Celebrated guitarist Les Paul. Blank life. Oh, blank. Life had just begun, but now I've gone and thrown it all away. Mama, life had just begun, but now I've gone and thrown it all away. All right, dream on, dream on, dream on. As if. Amir. Amar was probably how that twisted in my head. Okay. State confidently. I don't know, like to boast or something like that. You can see right through it. Glass? Oh, that doesn't work. Gloomy. Dusky, maybe? No, that doesn't fit. Okay, what else can I get? A piece. Per. Oh, it's a spike. Spike. Gloomy. Street crosser for short. A pedestrian. Ped. Serene state. A zen? There's no way. That's for the crosses. Settings for medical show dramas in brief. ERs. Been watching season 2 of The Pit. Don't spoil it for me. I've only watched a couple episodes. You can see right through it. Odes. State confidently. Can't think of that. So what is this? A laser... laser... I have no idea. State confidently. Do I have something? Is this not ped? Pedestrian, right? You can see right through it. What are we seeing right through? Doesn't make any sense. Gloomy, Nothing's coming to me. Laser gate, this is not ped. Maybe this isn't ped and this is Zen. Let's see if that helps. You can see right through it. Ribs? But it's it. Well, why would it end with an S? This is confusing me. State confidently. A laser maze, perhaps? Dismay? Gloomy? No. Dismay wouldn't work for gloomy. Like, they don't really work in the sentence the same way. Like, it's really gloomy out. It's really dismay out. Or he's feeling gloomy. He's feeling dismay. I don't know. That kind of works. But I don't know if that's right. What's our street crosser? Chicken. I'm going to check her. Oh, I typed Zeb instead of Zen. That was the only mistake, though. I can see right through it. Pens. Why is it plural? It's it. That's singular. Maybe that's just a mistake in the clue. Gloomy. Is it dismay? No. It's state confidently. Is that aver? Oh, avenues cross streets. Okay. Hens. No. Lens. Yeah, so it isn't plural. Lens. You see right through your lens. Dismal. Dismal. Wow, I just completely messed up the end of that. That was terrible. Okay. Well, how'd you do? Let's do strands. Today's theme is on the shopping block. Not the chopping block, the shopping block. So these kinds of stores you'd find on like a mall or like a shopping street. Maybe. I mean, do I see store here? I see store. Storefront. There you go. That's our spanogram. So, what exactly are we looking for here? I gotta think like a New Yorker. Like a bodega. I just love that word. I wish I had a bodega near me. That would be really nice. I've got count here. I don't know what count would be doing, but I see it. I can't I'm not able to really brainstorm what they would put here. Storefront. So are we kinds of stores or are we like things you'd see looking at a store? Like a mannequin, right? Why can't I find any words? Convenience store? Okay. So that's our bodega. QU something, or is it EQU maybe? Cool. Query. Huh. Convenient. So it is kinds of scores. Kinds of stores. Count something? What is it? Null it. I'm trying to think of a store that has Q in it. Okay, I gotta focus on something else. There's 4 more here. Convenience store. Clothing. Bakery. Bookshop. Library. Electronics. Do we have electronic? I see maybe not. Grocery. Here it is. Grocery. Discount. That's why there's count there. Cool. Quill. It's got to start with QU now. No, it doesn't. It could be like IQ or liquor. Liquor store. And a corner store. Okay. Ooh, eclectic mix of options there. Well, how'd you do? Hello, today's bonus game is Gridogram. Let's play. So, what we need to do is we need to figure out what the quote is, these gold ones, by finding words that are hidden in this grid, standard word search style. And we can find ones that aren't part of the quote, and those will reveal along these. There's a bunch of them, right? They'll be blue. But the point is to fill out this quote. So, I guess we could think about this as being it or is. Let's try is. It. What else? An. Or my. We have Y here. Nope. Okay. On. Okay, on is down there, or at the end of the quote. How about in? Not in. Be? Okay. Be what? One, two, a 6-letter word, comma, be, and then something, and then that ends the sentence. That's weird. Okay. Stew. Plaid. Plain. Oh, this be isn't used anymore in the quote. One. Dog. God. Went. Ply. Hey. Second? That seemed reasonable. Maybe seconds? Nope. This is a contraction, so... Or could it be a possessive s? Do we have like can't or won't? Won't isn't a contraction though. Oh no, yeah, it is. But what's that gonna be? Then said. Hack, lack. Lathe. Very surprised if lathe was in our quote. Hate. Tack. Sack and sacking. Tacking. Lacking. We gotta have an ing, right? I don't know. Like, what's that long word? What uses this W? Now. Cow. Okay. This isn't working. When? Did I get when? Okay, when. How about hen? Or hens? Maybe. Oh, I still have a two-letter word to find. When it. I already tried. When is, I already tried. When at? No. When as. What's this contraction? Or is it a possessive? Cats. I didn't try lathes. Okay. Dogs. Gods. Sing. King. P. Wet. Blank, be blank. When is it don't maybe? I can't it is might be don't actually. Don't. Okay. When blank don't. What's the two-letter word between when and don't? We don't? Yeah, when we don't have maybe? When we don't. These are alphabetical, so that might help our quote here. It's after E, well after E, before G. Wait, E on its own was accepted for some reason. Interesting. I bet A on its own would be accepted. Okay. There's no F in the grid. So I wonder if we do start with G. Just it would be G-O. God, gods. Thing is, it would have to be G-O-D because we can't be earlier than that. But I don't know what else would be God. No, it has to be before God, though. So does it start with E then? It's this long word starting with E. How long is that? 10? Okay. A 10-letter word starting with E. I don't know if I'm going to find that right now. Especially, maybe. No. I was thinking especially when we don't. That would have worked really well. We have, oh, here. Special. We do have special. Oh, here we go. Especially. There we go. Especially when we don't have. Wow, that great, a lot of letters. That's great. So, the next one probably starts with H then, a really early H, H-A. It's 5 letters. Because it's before hack, so no. So if it's not H, then it's a late G. But that would still be G-O. But what would it be? G-O-I, maybe? Gois, goit, goid, go. I don't know. 5-letter word. Goss. Gosset. Gossip. I'll have to find that later. A 4-letter word right before king. Kind. Oh, okay. Blank, be kind, especially when we don't know, maybe? Okay. I tried the already. This is right before when. What's going. Of course, I knew there was an ing. Be kind, especially when we don't know what's going on. Please be kind. Oh, come on. There we go. That's Ke Hu Kwan as Waymond Wang, Everything Everywhere All at Once. I still haven't seen that. Is that streaming it? Independent, absurdist sci-fi action comedy drama. 7 Oscars. I really need to see that. All right. That's why I didn't know the quote. I haven't seen the movie. Well, let's spin the bonus game wheel and see what tomorrow's bonus game will be. It is Anti-Wordle, suggested by 89Gel1. So if you'd like to follow along, we will be playing Anti-Wordle. And how'd you do? And that is it for this video. If you would like to watch me solve Wordle, you can click at the end of the video. It'll take you right there. I also have a pinned comment. It is all the games I played today. And if you enjoyed this, why don't leave a like, subscribe, and a kind comment below.